are here. And I like going live vertical mode in YouTube because I know it shows up in the shorts feed. And you know what happens then? I get to connect with people who aren't already subscribed to the channel. Listen, you're already in the right place. Cliff Yates, this is my channel. 35 years as a police officer, stand-up comedian, actor, writer. Hey, it's all about you. It's all about you. But all of my material, creations, things I share, listen, all positivity, self-improvement, personal growth, that kind of thing. How we can live every day, every way than we did yesterday. How we can be better. How can we be better than we were yesterday? How we can compete with ourselves, not with other people. Not in comparison with others. That can lead down a very, very bad road if we start comparing ourselves to others. But sometimes the perspective will give us thanks. Sometimes we can see people and what they're going through and think, wow, who am I to complain? You know, recently going up to Philadelphia and visiting the Civil War sites of Gettysburg, seeing where George Washington housed the troops for that brutal winter in Valley Forge, and what they had to endure to keep fighting for the sovereignty of America. Wow, who are we to complain or gripe about anything? What's the Bible say? Grumble about nothing. So I try not to complain, try not to grumble about everything, and grumble? No, grumble. No grumbling. It's all about attitude. Attitude becomes such a cliche that we kind of dismiss it, but it's so important in everything we do. I was, hey, good afternoon. Thanks for checking in. High five to you too. Love you too. Glad you're here. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, thank you. A lot of positivity this whole week, I'll tell you. I got slimed very little. Maybe I'm not having the impact I need to have because I didn't get slimed with negativity at all. So I appreciate all the kind, generous attitude and gratitude comments. Always appreciate it. But as I try to learn more and more, not to be doing anything for validation, not to do anything because I want likes or approval. Trying to remember that the judgment or opinions of others is none of my business. However, that being said, encouragement, encouraging words, means a lot to me. I appreciate it, which is why, as the pastor told me at my church, I have the gift of encouragement. I try to encourage other people because I know how it feels on the other end when I receive it. And so I want to give that out. And you know what? Whatever you want to receive, be a part of, feel, you give that out. You want love, kindness, friendship, give that out. Your outside world and circumstances are going to be a direct reflection of your inside world. It really is an inside job. All right, everybody, I'm glad you're here. I know some of you are showing up in the shorts feed, and that's great, because that means you're probably not already connected to my channel. I'm growing a community of progress. Thank you. High five to you. You know you're in the right place. All positivity, self-improvement, personal growth kind of things that we can study. One of the people I follow is Bob Proctor from the Proctor Gallagher Institute. Bob Proctor was in the movie The Secret. You know, and he was 87 years old, still going strong, producing content, learning, trying to share information that people can use to create a better life, to really better utilize their subconscious mind and change the paradigm. Our paradigms is something that he focused on for over 40 years. What is a paradigm but? It's really a multitude of habits and ideas that are implanted in the treasury of our subconscious mind. Hey everybody, high five! Glad you're here, glad you're checking in. You're in the right place, the Cliff Yates channel. I know some of you are checking in because it shows up in the shorts feed when I'm vertical live, so you're in the right place. Listen, subscribe. It's always good content, positive content. I was listening to, I can't think of his name now. Damn it. See, when you're live, all the mistakes stay in and everything else. But what he was talking about is that we're always in relationship. Every day we're in relationship with other people, right? Spouse, wife, husband, mother, daughter, father, mother, brother, sister. We're always in relation. TSA agent, right? Flight attendant, right? Mechanic. We're in relation with people all the time. So we're always having choice in that relationship to choose ego, which was our earth-grown. We can go more spiritual, and we can choose kindness. So when we go ego, we want to be right. Hey, I want to be right in this situation. Let me concentrate on being right. Instead, let's flip that around, and we have the choice to just show kindness as the priority and not being right. We don't have to be right. The ego says we got to be right. We have to make sure that people know that we are right. Well, now we don't have to do that. We can actually show kindness regardless of other people's actions. We can make that choice. I thought that was really great. Can't think of the guy's name who I was following. Geez, he's famous. Oh my God. Oh well, maybe that's the price I pay for a couple of years of age and wisdom. Sometimes the names will escape. All right, everybody, I'm glad you're here. That was the message, really, the theme of the stream. Hey, we're always in relationship with somebody else. Always. Every day in our dealings, right? Mother, father, son, daughter, right? TSA agent, flight attendant, mechanic shop. And we can choose to be kind. We can choose kindness in all those interrelational communications. And I'm telling you, when you habituate that, that's going to be part of your paradigm. It's going to be the way that you process information and you to interact with other people. Now, being kind that doesn't mean we become a doormat. We're not going to be stepped on. We're going to set boundaries. But you know what? You can set boundaries with kindness too. You can set limits. You don't have to tolerate certain behavior, but you can do it with class and kindness. That's even better than just kindness. Class. Wayne Dyer, that's the guy I was. See, your subconscious mind will always come back. Your subconscious mind remembers everything. It's our conscious mind. Sometimes we don't remember. But if we give it time, the subconscious will feed it to us. And there we go. Wayne Dyer died a few years ago, but man, he was kind of an amazing thought leader. Positivity, all sorts of philosophies that he studied, and how we can better live and communicate with other people. One of the things he was saying that was really profound was to have an open mind, but be attached to nothing. And he went pretty deep on that, right? Have an open mind, open-mindedness. Be self-aware of everything that's going on around us. Be more tuned into what's happening right now, instead of looking to the rear with anger, frustration, or looking forward with anxiety. To be here in the present moment, more self-aware of what's happening right now that we have control over. And I thought, and he was turning me on to a song by Jackson Browne, The Dancer. It was a pretty amazing song that Jackson Browne was kind of going. He was writing a song about grief and the loss of a close friend. And in the end, we're going to be facing this alone. No matter who we have with us right now, in the end, when it's over, we're going to face. Hey, listen, this is not to be morbid. This is actually a way to live more present, to live more joyfully right now with what we have and who we have in our life, and to realize how important that is. All right, everybody, you know you're in the right place. The Cliff Yates channel, everything is self-improvement, personal growth, and listen, live as best you can right now. I did a podcast and YouTube channel the other day, YouTube video, really on, we don't know how much time we have left. And I had a picture of an hourglass with the sand going through it. Remember that soap opera? Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. We all eventually have, if you haven't already, bad things will happen to us. Terrible things sometimes happen to us, and they're in our past. They're gone, they're over. And I was talking about a play, show, movie called Rent. There's a song in there, No Day But Today. And it really talks about that. If you look back, you're focused too much on the past, you lose today. You focus too much on the past, you can guarantee that the future is going to look pretty close to what happened in the past. No day but today. Don't live in regret, or you're going to lose today. There's more to the song, and I can't remember it. But it's a great song, a great show. Rent was something that dealt with all these kind of artist types in New York City that were dealing with the AIDS epidemic and people dying young of AIDS, and the grief that people were going through, and the different relationships people had, and how they were trying to live today. No day but today. There's only us. There's only this. There's only now. No day but today. There is no past. There is no future. Man, live today. It's a great message. All right, I'm just coming back from the tennis club, everybody, where I played with some great folks today. It was all a bunch of guys playing doubles tennis. My partner was 82 years old, George. He was great. Two guys we were playing against, they were in their 80s also. I was the youngster. Can you imagine? Kind of nice, right? I'm 68 and I'm the youngster. Young man! Hey, sometimes it's nice to be the youngster. You know, it gets harder and harder to find that group, right, where I'm the youngster. But that was good today. I was the youngster. And all these guys, everybody I played for, with and against, they could move really good. 80 plus. And they were moving around that tennis court really, really well. I mean, my partner, George, 82, and he was running around. What a small world. He's originally from California. He has a good friend from Huntington Beach, where my trainee from the LA County Sheriff's Department is the chief of police now of Huntington Beach, California. So we had great conversations about Huntington Beach, California in general, and we were just reminiscing about things that we had in common. And you never know how small a world it is until you start meeting and greeting other people and talking to them. And then you start to realize how small our little world is and how much we're alike. All of us are alike. And yet, we're all individuals. That's why we have our own distinct fingerprint. Who you are is pretty amazing, because there's nobody like you. Nobody in this world like you. You're a distinct, unique individual. That's why if I meet you in person, I'm going to value you to a great extent, because I know there's nobody like you. All of us are part of the human race, so we are under that human condition. All of us are God's highest form of creation. As a human being, we're all God's highest form of creation. That's something we can celebrate together. I don't care where you're from, what your culture is, race, ethnicity, doesn't matter. You're a human being, and you're God's highest form of creation. We're the only animals are in their environment. They can act with instinct, not us. We are not in our environment here. We are visitors here, and we have the God-given ability to reason, and God made us in his highest form of creation, but yet we're not home in this environment. So we always have to learn how to navigate, reason, and we're social. We can survive alone, but we thrive in a tribe. We thrive in community. That's why I'm glad you're connecting with me today here on my channel. Subscribe. That's how you connect. Hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing. All you'll do is get notified when the next video comes out. And I'm trying to tell you, I'm promising you, all my videos have an attempt. It's some kind of positivity, self-improvement, personal growth, because that's what I study all day. I might not be good at other things, but when it comes to trying to get better every day in every way than I was yesterday, that is something that I intentionally try to do on purpose. All right, I'm back at the homestead, everybody. Glad you're here. Glad you're connected with me. More to come in the future. And We never know how much time we have, but we do have today. No day like today. And while I'm here today, I'm going to live presently, fully, and joyfully. Bad things happen. Matter of fact, I got some bad news today on a couple different fronts. And I'm going to sit with it, but I'm not going to be giving that out to other people. I'm going to continue to live joyfully, gratefully. And you can't be grateful and angry at the same time. You can't be grateful and in despair at the same time. So if we can get into the mindset, marry that with our skill set, and then habituate certain things, life is sweet. Thanks for checking in, everybody. I'm glad you're here. Hi. Hey, you know what? I appreciate you took the time to, oh wow, look at everybody's jumping in. We're going to have thousands here. I appreciate when people take the time to say hi. I value your time more than anything else because we can make more money, all of us. We can lose everything money-wise today. We can make more tomorrow. Making money, once you learn how to do it, all of us can do it. To have more time, none of us can get more time. We can kind of create more time with the way we live, but in the end, really, none of us gets more than the 24 hours that we have in a day, don't we? I'm glad you're here. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, my channel is growing, a community of progress. I don't grow tremendously in my channel. I don't really stir up the pot. I don't say incendiary things. I'm not trying to get a reaction out of people. I follow a guy, Arthur C. Brooks, who's a professor of happiness at Harvard. You know, his mission is to bring people up and together, and I am too. Why? I don't really know all the reasons why. I know as a cop, dealing with death and destruction, shootings, murder, that's something I don't like to look at nowadays at all. I know everybody loves forensic files. Women love forensic files and blood and guts. I don't. I saw too much of it in real life. After a while, you have enough of it. They say that cops over a 30-year career, they see traumatic scenes 300 to 400 times or more. Where a regular person's life, they see it 4 to 5 times in a lifetime. So a lot of cops really in their career suffering from some sort of PTSD, and maybe I did too. But I think I've utilized my own antidepressant, which is getting plenty of sunlight, getting plenty of sleep, exercising. I sprint once a week, lift heavy things, nutrient-dense foods, always trying to learn new things, not do stupid things that'll get me hurt and killed. Don't drink and drive. No texting and driving. Although sometimes I do video while I'm driving. That's not the best thing to do. But I don't think it's the worst either. You know, when I go into Uber, hey, they're always looking and driving. So we kind of take our life in our own hands, right, in an Uber, because they are not following that prescription. They're always looking down at their maps. But so far, I've had a lot of good trips in an Uber. Met a lot of nice people who Uber drive. So I'm glad you're here. Thanks for taking the time to say hi. I really do. The best thing in the world nowadays is connecting with people one-on-one in person. The next best thing is, you know what? Family, friends, if we can FaceTime them, that's really cool. That technology where we can actually see each other in real time in video is pretty amazing. That's the next best thing to be in there. It really is. And then on top of that, the next best thing is really to connect in this way. I'm glad you're here visiting the channel. All right, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for checking in and thanks for subscribing.